NTV@1 does continue, and we get to have a conversation with ADRA, which is the Adventist Development Relief Agency, and they are partnering with some members to launch the Together project, which has been launched today to protect minorities and indigenous communities. And of course, to explain to us more about this is DAVID ONYANYA, who's the project manager at ADRA Uganda. Welcome to NTV@1, Daniel.
Thank you. Thank you, Priscilla.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, let's get right into it. Let's talk about the project and what the objectives of the Together project are.
Okay, the project is a big project. It's running in 4 countries, and Uganda is one of those countries. It's a project that is on gender. It's basically focusing on adolescent young people between the ages of 14 to 15, and it is doing 3 major objectives. It's focusing on ensuring that the rights holders, who are the young people, are capacity built, that they are enabled to seek their rights and to be able to seek the services that they need in terms of sexual and reproductive health. The second thing that they are doing is, the project is doing, is to focus on the duty bearers. It's building their capacity to be able to provide this kind of services. And then finally, it's also going to be working with the communities, what we call the rights holders, responsibility holders, enabling them to work together with the local leadership, with the young people, in order for them to be able to achieve the objectives of sexual and reproductive health, as well as WASH and preventing sexual and gender-based violence.
Okay, and Daniel, does the project cover things like violence? So we are seeing much of that in the Karamoja synergy right now. Of course, you do have things like sexual slavery that is happening. You do have the domestic violence and early marriages, things like that.
Yes, those are all things that are built in there, because we're dealing with the sexual and gender-based violence, and it encompasses all these things. It encompasses things like dealing with teenage pregnancies, dealing with the early marriages, dealing with the preventing through the referral mechanism, preventing even things like sex slavery. So yes, we are dealing with those things as well.
Okay, and as ADRA, what are some of the remedies you are giving for the sexual and gender-based violence?
A couple of remedies. One is capacity building. 2 is education. We're educating the young people, educating their parents. We have what we call parent effectiveness sessions, which are going to be run in the communities. Those are aimed at helping parents to have dialogue with their children, enabling them to be able to tackle the sensitivities around sexuality and talking about issues around sex. And also there's also enabling them economically by providing some economic incentives, and also working with the grassroots organizations in the community to be able to advocate for and advance the rights of young people. Okay,
and which are the districts that the Together project is going to be covering, and why did you choose those particular districts?
We are in Pader, Agago, Kitgum, and Lamo. And these are districts that we found had very high instances of teenage pregnancies. Yes, the teenage pregnancy, we can talk about it, that went up during the COVID time, but this was already there because we did our assessment much earlier before COVID. And COVID only found and delayed this project from starting. But there were already instances of very high levels of teenage pregnancy, very high levels of domestic violence, sexual and gender-based violence, and the other aspect of it is very high levels of poverty. So those are some of the things that enabled us to zero down on these 4 districts as our target area.
All right. Daniel, and finally, how can the youth get in touch with you, and who's eligible for this particular project?
Well, the youth can get in touch with us. On the ground, we are in Kitgum. We have an office in Kitgum on Gangdiang ward. We have an office there, which is our main coordinating office. In Lamo, we are in Padibe at the sub-county. In Agago, we are at the district headquarters. We have an office with the district headquarters. And then in Pader, we have an office within the town council. So they can reach us in that way. But also, if they would like to reach us on like Facebook, we have the ADRA Uganda Facebook page. And I can also share a phone number that they could use to call us.
Please go right ahead.
Yeah, they can call 0751 585 338. and they can get in touch with us.
All right, thank you so much, Daniel Onyanya, Project Manager, ADRA Uganda, and you've had that information for yourself. You can reach them out on their social media platforms for more information. NTV at 1 does come back with financial inclusion in business.
Thank you.